Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to Fabs and Flushes 2020. It is week 3 and I'm super excited because today, as you can probably tell by the title, we will be testing out the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I have heard a lot of good things about it, so if you would like to see how e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation looks like and wears like on an oily, acne prone skin, then just keep on watching. Just to let you know, I have moisturized my face. I'm letting it sink in. And now, before we put this on, I'm going to read you the claims of this foundation. The Flawless Finish Foundation from e.l.f. is £7.50. I believe I bought it for £5. I think it was on offer when I bought it, but £7.50 is not bad at all for a foundation from the drugstore. They do have 40 shades and the shade range is inclusive to fair, light, medium, tan, deep, rich tones, and they do have cool, neutral and warm undertone. Our best-selling liquid foundation, now in 40 shades, making me think that originally it was not, but it's good that they are expanding the shade range. The lightweight, full coverage, oil-free formula blends naturally into the skin for a beautiful semi-matte finish that lasts all day. Perfect. The liquid formula helps restores uneven skin textures and tones for visibly brighter skin, perfect for all skin types. Okay, let's zoom in and let's try this. The packaging is pretty nice. It comes in a glass bottle and it comes with a matte black cap. It has a pump. And I went with the shade Pearl Fair with neutral undertones. I thought that the light with neutral undertone would have been a bit dark, and for me personally it's a bit easier to darken up my foundation than to make it lighter. I do have lighting drops, but they affect the formula. Let's get this sticker off because it's annoying me. e.l.f. is a cruelty-free brand. Just in case you want to know, I can't take the sticker off. Now I've got the sticker off, let's give it a shake. It doesn't actually tell you to shake anywhere, but I like to shake any foundation just in case it does separate. And let's, oh, okay, kind of thick. Let's apply this foundation. I'm going to start with a sponge on one side and then try the brush on the other, like I usually do. It does have a smell. It smells like granny's powder. Do you like a grandma powdery smell? Okay, that whole pump is gone and I feel like I had a very thin layer. I should have gone with the light shade. This seems a lot darker in the bottle than what it comes out as. Maybe it's the frosted glass that's making it look a little bit darker. This is a very thin layer of the foundation applied with a sponge in comparison to my bare face. I'm convinced majority of the foundation got sucked in by the sponge. I got one more pump and let's apply it with a brush. This doesn't suck in the product, so technically it should give us more coverage, but I don't like the streaks. It just doesn't look as nice. And this is a thin layer of the foundation applied with a brush in comparison to my bare face. It doesn't look terrible, but I prefer the finish of the sponge. So far I'm not impressed with the coverage whatsoever, and it claims to be full coverage. Like, this is barely a medium. Okay, I'm gonna take one more pump and I'm gonna build especially my problematic areas. Okay, and these are both sides of my face after I've built them up a little bit. So bare face in comparison to 2 layers and 1 layer in comparison to 2 layers. The foundation did build up a little bit. Like, this is not even close to full coverage. I'm going to take one more pump and try and build it some more. I really want to know whether you can build this to even a high coverage, because this is not high coverage. Okay, we are finally getting somewhere. This is my face after I have built it some more, and I currently have 3 layers of the foundation on my face. Bear that in mind. It's kind of high coverage. Again, not full, but at least now I can say it's high. And in my opinion, that should have been achieved with the first layer, maybe the second. As you'll know, I also like to test out different formulas on top of my foundations. So I'm going to try out cream contour, concealer and powder to see how the formulas interact with one another. I'm going to start off by taking my Fast Base foundation from Revolution in F14 to bronze / contour the perimeters of my face. My biggest worry always with the cream bronzer is that when I apply it, I'm either gonna rub off the foundation or it's going to separate. This has not happened here. They worked great with one another. Like I said, I'm also going to conceal, and I'm taking the XX Revolution Conceal-X. Okay, the concealer blended in very well. Sometimes when foundations are too matte or the formulas simply don't want to blend, you get almost like a seam around your eye where the foundation meets the concealer. Again, this has not happened here. It looks good. I actually really like my base. You will not believe what happened here. I have dropped my loose powder and it's all over my carpet. But let's powder these under eyes. I'm also going to powder the center of my face and use the residue to powder the whole of my face. The foundation isn't self-setting, so it does need a little bit of powder if you do want it to last. It would literally slide off my face if I didn't powder. So I do feel slightly powdery. I feel slightly powdery, but I don't actually look it that much. I love how it looks. Really happy with what this foundation looks like. It is currently 10:03, 10 o'clock. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my makeup off and I shall see you on my first check-in in 2 hours. Okay you guys, 2 hours have passed and this is what my face looks like. We might be in trouble here. I like what my face is looking like still, but this worries me. How much shine is in the center of my face. Not so much on my forehead, but on my cheeks next to my nose and my nose. We are in trouble. I'm not going to say much yet. Let me blot and then we'll decide. Okay, this is what my face looks like after blotting. In my opinion, it looks exactly the same as I left it when I initially put that foundation on, which is so good. The warmth of my face is warming up the foundation and it's like I can feel that it's still creamy, and I did set it with powder just very lightly and I do feel like it's creamy. I don't want to touch it. I don't know. This is what the paper looks like. Not too much transfer. Majority of this is oil, which is good. Again, it looks good for hour number 2, but I'm hoping that I will be able to just blot at hour number 4 and it's still gonna look good. So keep your fingers crossed. And I shall see you in 2 more hours. And as expected, at hour number 4, I am once again shiny and I'm gonna need to blot. However, I remain hopeful because I look at it and I'm like, oh, there's not that much rub off. I mean, there is on my jawline. That happens a lot for me, but it's not that bad. Like, it's holding up okay, but let's blot and let's see. This is my blotting paper. Not bad. And let's have a closer look. I do have to say, it's quite nice around my mouth, and it usually gets a little cakey, and with 3 layers without having any cake, I'm happy. Like I said, there's a little bit of rub off on my jaw. It's going to start wearing off. I can see some of the spots on my cheeks peeking through a little bit now. It looks really nice on my nose. There's no major rub off apart from like around my very nostrils. It even hasn't collected that much in my forehead line. If I look decent at hour number 6, I'm gonna count this wear test as successful, I think, because for $7.50 and hour number 4, I'm actually really happy. Hour number 6 and I'm excited. Even though my skin needs blotting yet again, I mean, shock, I have oily skin, I need to blot throughout the day. Like, it's holding up. Blotting is done. This is my piece of paper, and let's have a close look. And this is why I should blot before I talk. Put that on a t-shirt. After blotting, I can see a lot more damage. I mean, the center of my face is still not looking terrible. It's not looking bad. We are getting to the tipping point where hour number 6 and it's falling apart a little bit, but I still think it's actually one of the best foundations I've tried for the Fabs of Flushes 2020. It's probably not going to become my favorite foundation because I did need to blot it, and it does feel very creamy on the skin even if I do blot, and that's not my favorite feeling. I don't mind blotting throughout the day, but I hate the feeling of that creaminess of foundations on my skin. So if foundations don't set by themselves, it's just a bit of a nightmare, and that's the kind of sense I'm getting with this foundation. So far, not bad at all. Again, especially at $7.50. It's not very common these days, unfortunately. The prices at the drugstore are getting higher and higher, so $7.50 for something like this, not bad at all. It's been 2 more hours and it's hour number 8, and this is what my face looks like. Sorry about the hair. Blot first. Let's blot. Okay, I finished blotting. This is what the piece of paper looks like, and I'm liking this more and more. Overall, for hour number 8, I do not look bad. It is called Flawless Finish, and I like the finish of it. In the center of my face, it looks really, really good. Despite me layering it on, I initially put 3 layers on, and it actually doesn't look cakey at all. It hasn't collected in my lines too much. It doesn't look heavy. It's coming off nicely. As strange as that sounds, it still looks fine. Some foundations just, you know, coagulate, they separate, they just look disgusting, patchy. This is just slowly like coming off in a very nice way. The strangest thing to say, but it makes sense. I'm looking forward to the last check-in, the hour number 10. Maybe I'll wear it for 12 hours, we shall see. But I'm really, really happy with how this is going. All right, friends, hour number 10, and probably my final check-in, because there's no real significant difference. I'm probably going to throw in a check-in at hour number 12, but this is my final conclusion. The foundation is good. For the price is really good. It held up all day. Yes, at hour number 10 and probably even at hour number 12, it doesn't look fresh. It's not exactly what it was as when I put it on, but it looks good. It looks fine. For a person that has oily skin, this is actually not bad at all. The one thing that's somewhat disappointing about this foundation is that I had to build it so much. I did have to apply 3 layers to get it to a high coverage. It's never full coverage, and it claims to be. It's more of a medium, and it kind of builds to a high coverage, but it's never full. So bear that in mind when getting this foundation, but it's actually really nice and I do recommend it. Finally, a fab. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed that. I hope you find it useful. If you do, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I hope to see you next time.